It might be superstition, maybe nothing at all. From what happened in Great Britain, cows could make me fall. Wash your hands, and when you're finished, you'll feel happy inside. Washing so thorough that microbes, they can't hide, they can't hide, they can't hide. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something, I think you'll understand. For the sake of sanitation, you better wash your hands. You better wash your hands. You better wash your hands. Why don't you wash your hands?
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, sweetheart. I see you.
She can hear you now.
Hi, sweetheart.
So I just wanted to watch.
Enjoy. I hope you love what we talk about and see today. And maybe with your mommy, she'll try the recipe for you. It's a smoothie recipe.
Say yes, ma'am.
All right.
Hold on. Mama's unmuted, so she can't hear your TV show. Hold on.
Okay, so for those of you that are joining in, if you would look to the left of your screen, there's a mic icon. If you click on that, that will mute your mic for you. And then we will get started. In just a second. So for those of you that today's the first time you're joining in a session with me, my name is Della Hicks, and I work with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Center here in Pasquotank County. I share the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program actually this week on Tuesday, we had our first session and we talked about the Expanded Food and Nutrition Program, which sometimes you may hear me call it FNIP. So with FNIP, we serve our county. We try to give our parents of the county ideas of healthier, low-cost ways of actually preparing meals, snacks, and including some physical activity as well. So as a refresher from Tuesday's session, we talked about food safety on Tuesday. And in regards to food safety, I want to remind you all of just a few things. So when it comes to food safety, remember to always wash your hands thoroughly for about 20 seconds with soap and water, making sure that you get your hands wet first, get the soap on, get it lathered up, get in between the crevices of your hands as well as your jewelry as well. That's very important because that's where germs and bacteria is harbored. Just in general, germs and bacteria are just in the air, and within 4 hours, you can have as many as 20,000 germs and bacteria. So don't forget to make sure that you do wash your hands as well as your surfaces, and also disinfect and spray down your doors and handles. So if you don't have some type of disinfectant cleaner, you can always make your own. And then when we get ready to do the slide presentation, you're going to actually get the recipe of knowing how to make your own sanitation solution. Also on Tuesday, our topic was choosing more fruits and vegetables. So as a reminder, we have our little fruits and vegetables here, also reminding you that you can plant your own fruits and vegetables in just a simple flower pot or in your flower bed and grow your own fruits and vegetables. And then, of course, our recipe from last week was the super stir fry, where you made your own stir fry sauce. You can find that information on my Facebook page, as well as the handout and the video from our last session. So in talking about food safety, again, remember that no food should be out for more than 2 hours. And it's very, very important because of how long germs and bacteria just float in the air as we talked. So as of 2010, FSA said we no longer wash our meat. So that's why I have my little chicken here as a reminder for you not to wash your meats, to make sure that you use a meat thermometer, making sure that the foods reach the proper temperatures. At the end of our session, you'll have an opportunity for questions. So we're gonna go ahead and start the presentation. So again, we're talking about making smart drink choices today. So in regards to making smart drink choices, we forget all about what's actually considered as a drink. For those of you that are just joining in your chat box, if you'll put your contact information for me, whether that's your email address or whether your telephone number, and that way I can contact you personally. So in talking about making smart drink choices, as a reminder, we still want to practice food safety when it comes to drink choices. Again, making sure that you wash your hands and your surfaces, as well as making sure that you keep your meats and fruits and vegetables separated by using a cutting board, or designate one side for your meats and your other sides to cut your fruits and vegetables. Also, remember to use your meat thermometer to make sure that your meats reach the proper temperature, as well as making sure that you keep your foods that need to be cold or chilled on ice or refrigerated, especially those things that have a mayonnaise base. Talking about our sanitizing solution, this is it. Again, using a spray bottle, you're going to use 2 cups of water and 1/4 teaspoon of unscented Clorox bleach. And we say unscented because you want to make sure you're getting that 99.9% of protection when it comes to disinfecting. Always remember when you're washing your dishes that your bleach goes in the rinse water and not your dishwater. And again, that's because you want to keep that 99.9% of protection with it comes to washing your dishes. As I said, we talked about in our last session, eat your colors with our fruits and vegetables. Remember to get a variety in. Each color does something different for our bodies. And again, you can go back to Tuesday's video and watch it and get all that wonderful nutrition information in regards to your fruits and your vegetables. Our serving size when it comes to fruits and vegetables for your children, 2 to 3 years old, 2 cups total in a day's time. So therefore, that's a cup of fruit and a cup of vegetables. Children 4 to 8 years old, 3 to 3.5 cups. And that could be 1.5 cups of vegetables, or 1 to 1.5 cups of your fruit. Children 9 to 8, 3 to 5 cups of total. And when it comes to your vegetables, 2 to 3 cups. Your fruits, 1.5 to 2 cups. We as adults, we're going to need a little more. So we women, we're going to need 3.5 to 4.5 cups total for the day. Vegetables, 2 to 2.5 cups. Your fruits, 1.5 to 2 cups, and for men, 4.5 to 5 cups total for the day, and 2.5 to 3 cups of vegetables and 2 cups of fruit. So, in talking about drink choices, want to remind you what is actually considered as a soft drink. So, we only think of sodas as soft drinks, but your lemonade, your sweet tea, your sports drink, your energy drinks, fruit drinks, any beverage that's sweetened with sugar or a sugar substitute is considered as a soft drink. And the issue there is we get a lot of sugar. We get too much sugar. So in a 20-ounce Coca-Cola, I just want you to think about that 20-ounce Coca-Cola or that 20-ounce Pepsi. You're going to get 16.25 teaspoons of sugar. And that 32-ounce fountain drink, y'all know, Happy Hour, Sonic, all those other places, 23.5 teaspoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. And a 20-ounce Sunkist, 18 teaspoons of sugar. A 20-ounce Mountain Dew, 19.25 teaspoons of sugar. Look at this Snapple, 16 ounces, peach tea, 9.75 teaspoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar for that little drink. Powerade, 32 ounce, 13 teaspoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar for a drink that doesn't taste sweet. Your milk, 14-ounce low-fat milk, 5.5 teaspoons of natural sugar. The chocolate milk, 13 teaspoons of sugar. So, of course, you're getting added sugar there. If in a day's time you had 2 cans of soda, and that's 12-ounce cans, every day for a year, it equals up to 109,500 calories, which is an extra 31 pounds per year. Now, if I'm going to gain weight, I don't want it to be from what I drink. I want it to at least be from what I eat and not what I drink. So, therefore, when it comes to that 12-ounce cans, most people don't even do the 12-ounce cans. They do the 16 or the 20-ounce soda. So, therefore, you're getting even more pounds per year. So, what can we do to choose, or what ways can we do to cut back on our sugars? Then what we need to do is find a smaller portion or find a different type of drink choice. Of course, we all know that getting in our milk helps our bones and our teeth, but it also helps our muscles as well as our nerves. So for our children between the ages of 1 to 2, 2 cups of milk per day. For our children that are 2 to 8 years old, 2 cups of low fat or fat-free per day. And then for our children that are 9 and over, we need at least 3 cups a day for them, as well as for adults need 3 cups a day as well. And of course, our choice of milk should be 1% skim or almond, other than, we don't need the whole milk. The whole milk, that fat is for brain development. We don't need that. The lower the percentile of fat, the higher your source of calcium you're going to get. So right now, while you're sitting or standing, we're going to have a little exercise, okay? Because we need to include that even if you're sitting home doing nothing, you can do a little exercise, okay? So what we're going to do is I happen to have a stretch band here, but you may not have a stretch band, okay? But some of us have rubber bands, we have socks, we have stockings. And so basically, Ben, if you don't have an avenue to get to something right now, I want you to just use your fingers. So take your hands and lock your hands, and you're gonna actually pull. And that way you're at least exercising and stretching your fingers. You can always take it and go up and down. And when you do this enough times, you should start feeling your muscles tightening up here. And with your exercise or your rubber bands, you can do even more things. Okay? So as you're home during the day, make sure that you incorporate some type of physical activity, and especially with the kids. Okay? We are talking today about drink choices. So our recipe for today is a fruit smoothie. And this slide here is my step-by-step of my procedures of how I put my fruit smoothie together. So the picture in the very center is all my ingredients, as well as some other choices you can use when it comes to making smoothies. So with our recipe, you're gonna choose different types of fruits, and you can even add some vegetables to that as well. So you're gonna need a half a cup of fruit, 1 cup of your base, and that could be yogurt, it could be a low-fat ice cream, it can just be ice cubes, it could be frozen fruit. And you're gonna also have a half a cup of liquid, so that could be milk, it could be juice, or you can also get a concentrate juice. Keywords, concentrate. So when you use something that's concentrated, you're gonna need to put this in a pitcher, and then you're gonna take this bottle and do 3 bottles of water to add to that. And that way you're actually getting the actual servings of this. If you try using this by itself, you will get a very sourpuss taste in your mouth because it will lock your jaws. So remember that you have to dilute this by adding 3 bottles of water to this. Also, there are other choices of liquids you can use. We have the sparkling water, and we also have the bubbly. The bubbly, a lot of participants in our diabetes program are drinking these. With this, of course, there's no calories, there's no sodium, there are no carbs, and there's no sugar in this. So this would be another wonderful liquid that you could use in your smoothies as well. And of course, adding a variety of fruits. You can add blueberries, you can add raspberries. There's a lot of different fruits that you can add to that. The key thing is just making it, giving you something else to do, and enjoy as you make a smoothie. Take that time with your kids and let them help. So when it comes to our smoothie, with our smoothie, as I said, I did make a sample, and in this particular smoothie, we have the fat-free yogurt. We also have the frozen orange juice, as well as we used a little bit of ice. And in this batch, we added some strawberries, and it is yummy. Miss Chase asked about tasting. So Miss Chase, it tastes wonderful. So also when it comes to our drink choices, some key things I want to remind you about that. is that when it comes to our drink choices, there are a lot of sugars. With just a regular 12-ounce fruit punch, both of these vials of sugar would equal up to the amount of sugar in that 14 ounces of fruit juice. Also, remember to get your water in. It's very, very important to get your water in. And we need our water because our water helps to supply oxygen through our bloodstream. It also helps to keep our organs moist, as well as our lungs and our joints. Also, remember that we have dry measure and we have liquid measure. And it does make a difference in your recipes when you're making your smoothies. Making sure that anything that's liquid, you're gonna measure. And remember that it needs to be eye level. So when you do your measurements on a flat surface, you wanna make sure that your liquid goes where it needs to go.
Hey Della, this is Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
How are you?
I am well. Do you have questions now?
Yeah, somebody in the chat box. I figured you probably couldn't see it while you were presenting, but you made all of us jealous with that fruit smoothie. And Tammy
I'm
asked in
sorry,
the
but
chat
it was
box.
delicious.
I know it looks so good. Tammy asked, what did you put in your smoothie? And I wanted to know too, because I missed it. I know you said orange juice, I think, or something.
I did the frozen concentrate orange juice that you get in the frozen food section.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
with
okay.
that, I only use a tablespoon and a half for this serving of the recipe. The recipe makes 2 1-cup servings. And then I also use fat-free yogurt, just regular plain yogurt. And then I used a half a cup of orange juice, regular orange juice in this, and a half a cup of strawberries. And they were the frozen strawberries.
You didn't give us the recipe. You just showed us the recipe. You didn't tell us how you made it. You just trying to mock me. I'm just joking.
Okay. So when you get an opportunity, try this. I've done it also with grapefruits, just to give it a different twist to it, give it a different taste. I will say with blackberries, do not try blackberries because of the seeds.
Yeah. Della, have you realized that when you use vanilla yogurt versus plain yogurt, do you realize like how it recognize the difference of how it comes out? Because sometimes I stop using the vanilla yogurt because at first like it tastes so good, it was so sweet, but as time went on, it just seemed like it got bitter using the vanilla yogurt, the low fat vanilla yogurt. So would you recommend just sticking to plain if you're going to incorporate the dairy?
I think it depends on the different types of fruits that you use.
Oh, okay.
When you use the different fruits, to me, it just changes not only the flavor, but it can change the texture as well. Because as I said, with the blackberries are very seedy.
Yeah, I realized that too. I got a berry mix and it was like, like grainy. I didn't like that. So what fruit would you recommend to blend well with the plain yogurt so that it won't be bitter?
With the plain yogurt, I've
Yeah.
done oranges and I've
Okay.
done peaches, and especially fresh peaches.
And then you would use the orange juice?
Yes.
Okay.
I've also done it with the apple juice, but with the apple juice, the fruit I chose to use with the apple juice was strawberries.
Oh, okay. Because I do it a lot. I do the smoothies a lot because I do the pantries, and that's something that'll go a long way. But I realized like I start changing my ingredients and I couldn't figure out what was making it bitter. But those little kids, they'll tell you, this is not sweet at all. So I stopped using the vanilla yogurt. So thank you for that.
You're
And Tammy put in
welcome.
the chat mangoes too.
Yes, mangoes are good. Also, remember, you can always add spinach to it. You can add avocados to it. You know, be adventuresome. Try something different. Any other questions? And for those of you that have just joined on with us and you muted your mic, just unmute your mic.
Miss Della, I have
Yeah,
a question.
yeah.
Do you have to use yogurt or can you supplement for something else besides yogurt?
You can supplement for something else. You can always just do milk, whether that's soy milk. You can freeze or let it get icy.
Okay.
And that way it'll give you a better consistency.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Is there any type of yogurt that's better than another? Or can you just go with the name brand?
Any yogurt, and that's your preference. A lot of people have an issue with textures. So some people cannot do the Greek yogurt because of the texture. So the way I did in the beginning, I went with those, I went with flavor first. And the reason why I went with flavor, because I had a texture issue. I have a texture issue with Greek as well as regular yogurt. So for the question that the young lady asked just before you, she was asking what else to use. Sometimes we just have to try it in order to like it. Using milk is fine. But if you're trying to find some other ways of getting your calcium in, but doing a smoothie is a wonderful way, and especially when you add some green leafy vegetables to it.
Della, I'm sorry, what did it do to the consistency? Because I love Greek yogurt. So what did it do with the consistency? Was it just a thicker smoothie or?
It was a much thicker smoothie. And when I did it the first time with the Greek yogurt, the fruit I chose was peaches.
Right.
And I chose peaches because I liked the peach, but I didn't like the texture of the Greek. But blending it together made it a smoother consistency.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? This is recorded so that you will be able to go back and watch this. Our next session will be on Tuesday, March the 31st at 2 p.m. And I will post the link again on my Facebook page. And for those of you that are my participants in my class, I will send you the link and remind as I did this time. Our topic for Tuesday session, we will be talking about the My Plate, as well as encouraging your children to move more, and we'll touch on picky eaters.
Excuse me, Miss Hicks, before you go.
Yeah.
What's your Facebook page name so I can look it up?
Is this Serena?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Serena, you're already my Facebook friend, but I will send you a message up there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I hope you've enjoyed today. I hope you have enjoyed today.
Yes, ma'am. My son wants to try the yoga now, but
Okay.
I told him he can't drink through the computer. That's why I said, that's why I made that little comment up here that was wrong and put LOL, for laugh out loud. So he over there watching his cartoon now.
What, Serena? make sure you do a smoothie with him.
Yes, they're on their break right now.
Okay, and see, when they come off of their break, that will be an excellent time for a snack and include some physical activity. So therefore, if you don't have yogurt with you today and you do have milk, then use the milk. If I was you, I would let it chill a little bit, and that'll get an opportunity to thicken a little more.
Yes, ma'am. My daughter got me doing jumping jacks.
Oh, very good.
Yes, ma'am. I hate it. So, yeah, she got me exercising over here.
Very good. I'm very proud of her.
Say
Very
hi.
proud of you. Hi, baby. I hope you get an opportunity today or tomorrow to try the smoothie recipe.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you and enjoy your day.
You too.
Thank you.
You too.
Any other questions? If not, I thank you so much. And again, our next session will be Tuesday, March 31st at 2 p.m. And I will post in the Facebook page as well as the Remind page about our sessions. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day and be safe.
Thank you, Della.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank
You
And if
too.
it's your
Della, you did
first
a
time
wonderful
on
job.
Zoom, just click on leave the meeting.
Okay.
Thank you, Della. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Hi, Dela.
Bye-bye.